Hi everyone, my name is Ronald Denisio and I'm the Virtual Content Specialist for 7th grade Social Studies. In this student-facing video, we will go over Unit 3, Day 4, The Great Compromise. This is part 2 of the Great Compromise student-facing video. If you have not watched the first video in the series, it might be helpful to pause this video and watch The Great Compromise 1 of 2. In the first video, we completed the compare and contrast graphic organizer and analyzed the Virginia plan and New Jersey plan. In this video, we will look at the 1790 census data and the Great Compromise. I will model how to complete the independent work slides, and we will cover skills that can be used in lots of different lessons in social studies class. We will start off this video analyzing census data. It is really important to analyze census data in social studies class. Analyzing the 1790 census data in this lesson can give us a deeper understanding of the differences between small states and large states in the new nation, and we'll be able to make connections to the New Jersey plan and the Virginia plan. When we look at the 1790 census data, it is important that we use our visual analysis skills, slow ourselves down, and take time to scan the document. I see here that the columns represent states in the new nation, total population, and enslaved population, while the rows represent the individual states' total and enslaved population. Now, I want to inform you of the proportions for elected members of the House of Representatives at the time of ratification. After ratification, a state got a representative in the House for every 30,000 people. I want to figure out how many representatives would Virginia and New Jersey have under each of their plans. This will help me figure out which plan benefited which state. So what I will do here is some simple math. I'll divide the total population by 30,000 people. What I find is that under the Virginia plan, Virginia would get 23 representatives and New Jersey would get 6 representatives because under the Virginia plan, the number of representatives was determined by the size of the state's population. Under the New Jersey plan, Virginia and New Jersey would both have equal representatives because under the New Jersey plan, states would be represented equally so that all states had the same power. Now I want to list 2 states that would most benefit by each plan. It appears that the larger states would benefit from the Virginia plan. For example, I see that North Carolina and Maryland have the largest total populations after Virginia. I believe North Carolina and Maryland would benefit from the Virginia plan because of this. If I divide the total population of North Carolina by 30,000, North Carolina would have 13 representatives. And if I divide the total population of Maryland by 30,000, Maryland would have 10 representatives. States that would benefit from the New Jersey plan would be Delaware and Rhode Island because based on the 1790 census data, even though they have a lower total population, they would have equal representation to all of the states, including states with a much larger population. Now we're going to complete our final learning activity for this lesson. States reached a compromise that included ideas from each plan called the Great Compromise. Read the report of the Grand Committee, and then on the next slide, see if you can identify the compromises that were made in this chart. Pause the video here as you read, and then come back and we'll go over the Great Compromise. Here we have the Great Compromise. Bicameral legislature consisted of a lower house, the House of Representatives, and upper house, the Senate. Representation in the House of Representatives was to be allocated in proportion to state population. Representatives were to be elected directly by the people. Representation in the Senate was to be equal for each state regardless of population. Senators were to be chosen by each state's legislature. Now, just a little bit more background information. The 17th Amendment to the Constitution established the direct election of senators so that today the voting population of a state chooses their 2 representatives in the Senate. Now it is time to use all of the information that we went over in the last 2 videos and think about the following questions. How did the Great Compromise offer a solution to both large and small states? Was this the best possible solution given the circumstances? Make sure to review your notes as you answer these questions, and don't forget to share your thinking with a teacher, family member, or friend.